I know how to prevent them from buying on Amazon, and that is simply make the customer experience fabulous. Fabulous. Nothing is more important than the customer experience. Nothing, okay? Price, we already know that people will pay 5 or 6% more for a better experience. There's been enough studies to prove that. Nothing is more important than the customer experience, okay? Bezos early on, he said, you remember when Amazon started, they were about books, right? He says, we're not trying to be the best bookseller. We're trying to make buying books easier, okay? And that's it. So in whatever mode we are in, whatever product line we are in, my mates here at the table are in furniture, okay? Make buying furniture in Canada easier. So let's get to know the customer so that we can make their experience better, right? Can you imagine throwing a party for somebody you don't know? I mean, even if you're a party planner, even if you're an individual who gets paid thousands of dollars to organize parties, the first thing you do is you go in, you sit down, and you say, what does Mary like? Let's get to know our customer. How do we do that? First of all, let's use our brand application to follow their purchasing habits. What are they buying and what are they not buying? Second of all, let's find out what they do when they come into our store. What path do they follow? Because we can put things, we can move things. Believe it or not, gondolas, shelves, end caps, they all move. I've seen it. Okay, so let's figure out how to use Wi-Fi analytics to find out what the path is in their store. Because if we put our most profitable item here and we see a heat map and nobody's going there, that's a problem. Okay, obvious, simple, there's a whole lot more to it than that. But let's find out what their path is. And then, and most importantly, in my opinion, let's make sure that our employees know that our goal is to make their experience wonderful, the customer's experience wonderful, and let's do what we need to do in order to make the employee ready to make that happen. Okay, and then finally, we just have to do it better than the competition. Okay? What does that mean? Depends on the market you're in. But you have to do it better than the competition. And candidly, go back up that path. I need to know my employees. I need to know my customers better than my competition. All right, so how do I do this? Okay, again, I'm the VP of store operations. I've got to keep a network running. I've got to keep cash registers ringing. I've got to keep product in the store. How do I do this? It's real easy for the chubby guy to stand in front of a conference and say, hey, we need to do better. But how? Let me tell you, do that which you can do and delegate the rest. Okay? Now, I'm not going to launch off into an entire 20 minutes on time management and everything else like that. But a good friend of mine, Kevin Cruz, told me, he said, Mike, you have 1,440 minutes in a day. Like it or not, you're going to spend some of that time sleeping, some of that time eating, and your family will define or demand a portion of that time. Okay, fine. What are you going to do with what's left? And as we were talking, he quizzed me. He said, Mike, walk through the last 3 hours of your day. So I started telling him what I was doing. He said, why did you do that? I said, I booked travel. He said, why did you do that? I said, what do you mean? I had to go to, whatever city. He goes, do you not have an office manager, administrative assistant? I said, yes, she's wonderful. Her name's Carmelita. He says, she can do that. I said, yeah, but it's 3 clicks. He goes, Mike, it was 15 minutes of your time. And he's right. Do that which you can do and delegate the rest. Whether that is to a team member or to an outside agency, they can help you. Okay? Well, if I go outside, it's going to cost more. Not necessarily. If you go outside to somebody who knows what they're doing, they know how to do it faster, better, and easier, and you get to do 3 things that you normally would have not been able to do. It's called opportunity cost when you go to business school, but it's called the reality of life when you're outside of business school. Do that which you can do and delegate the rest. Yeah, with you. Here's my vital statistics. I'd love to argue with you online, have long-term conversations. It's been a real pleasure to chat with you. I enjoy this conference significantly.